Good afternoon. This is Randy Smotone with InvestSharp with your Wednesday, October the 28th market update. The market continues to be hateful. It was one of those days I couldn't wait for the market to close. The good news is the market is giving us a chance to buy some good companies at some lower prices. On the economic front, we had a couple of reports this morning. We had the durable goods orders, which were a little disappointing. We were up 1% on the durable goods orders, but consensus was up 1.5%. So we disappointed a little bit there. Same with new home sales reported this morning. They were 402,000, and the previous month was 429,000. So that was also a little bit lower. Oil fell over $2 today to close at $77 a barrel. And just like yesterday, gold and silver continued their pullback, with silver being the weakest again. For those of you that don't trade the futures, you can watch the ETS for gold. The symbol is GLD, and the silver symbol is SLV. So I'm going to take a look at the gold and the silver today. As you can see, the gold continues the pullback up here. If you could maybe buy a partial position around the $100 mark, you could probably start nibbling and getting back in if you're not in or haven't had a chance to get in yet. Let's go over here and look at silver. Okay, silver's nearing that mark I talked about yesterday, up here around the 1575 area or so. You might want to start a little position in silver and start nibbling. See, the dollar continued to climb a little bit higher today. Of course, that didn't help the market either. And you can follow the dollar by watching symbol UUP. The Dow closed down 119 points to close at 9,762. The S&P and Nasdaq both traded very heavy again today. All three indices closed near the lows of the day, which is usually a sign that tomorrow's may not be great either. The dip buyers, continue not to show up, but we are very oversold, so we should get a bounce either tomorrow or Friday. The scenario may play out that we're really weak in the morning and then maybe some buying tomorrow late afternoon. If you see, take a look at the Dow. We have broken this uptrend line now. This area here. So it was pretty weak. The market was pretty weak all day long. Really didn't look that great. I'm going to take a look at the McClellan oscillator today, which I don't always do, but today I'm going to take a look at it. So the chart here, it's kind of displayed on top of the other chart here, is the McClellan oscillator. It's actually a market breadth indicator, and it's based on the difference between the advancing and declining issues on the New York Stock Exchange. Excuse me. So here on the McClellan oscillator, you can see that typically when we're down in this minus 80 to minus 100 area, we typically get a bounce, which we haven't had yet. So we're pretty oversold, so I am expecting a bounce pretty soon. So I think you should be able to start nibbling on some good stocks. I would only nibble though at this point. Say if you plan on buying 100 shares, maybe buy a quarter or a third of your position that you eventually want to have, but we should get a bounce per the McClellan oscillator here. All 16 sectors today finished in the red. The pharmaceutical index showed the most strength by only being down less than 1%. The weakest sectors were gold and home construction. both down over 5%. So if we go back over here, let's take a look at the SPX. There's a lot to cover today. So the SPX on a 6-month chart, we're actually nearing back here the October 2nd lows. I have a Fibonacci retracement up here. 100% retracement will be back to 1020. So we are nearing the 78% retracement right now. So I'm not sure if we'll make it back to the 100%, but probably 1037, which we're near there now. We may stop there. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's take a look at the VIX. And pardon me if my chart was a little slow, but McAfee was doing a virus update. And yes, I forgot to turn it off, so it wouldn't do updates during that, so it slowed my charts down. So I apologize for that. So over here, take a look at the VIX. We are nearing that $30 mark that we've been before. Nick, the VIX was up over 12% today. It was right here. It's just climbing. So we'll see what happens here. But man, the volatility has definitely been increasing a lot, which typically isn't good. Let's go over and take a look at the market signals. We follow the point and figure charts for the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P. The Dow and the Nasdaq are on sell signals, and the S&P still remains on a buy signal. It's the only one that remains on a buy signal. The S&P will go on a sell signal if it prints 1020. So until then, the S&P will remain on a buy. We did have two changes today on the point and figure price objectives. The Dow price objective was lowered today down to 9,450, and the Nasdaq price objective was lowered to 1,920. Now keep in mind, these price objectives are not always achieved, so I wouldn't get too nervous about the price objectives. They are definitely possible, but we may not make it there. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and remember to always invest sharp.